Here is an update on Dakota Access Pipeline Standing Rock protester Red Fawn Follis on her current court situation. I did a video about this several months ago. She was arrested illegally, in my opinion, last year or beginning of 17, I believe, for protesting at Standing Rock. And she's a Native American woman who, this is what the corporate state does. They hire cops that are completely militarized who show up and turn a peaceful protest into a violent one and then claim that the protesters are violent. They shoot water cannons at them. And this is the corporate state. Obama could have stopped this immediately. And had Hillary won, this still would have happened. So this is the update. This is from the Bismarck Tribune. This came out January 22nd, 2018. And I'll just read you this. It's very short, but we'll kind of make our own assumptions from here. Handcuffed and wearing orange and white stripes, she sat, Red Fawn Follis, with her three attorneys before District of North Dakota Chief Judge Daniel Hovland appeared to discuss details of the plea agreement she signed Sunday. At her change of plea hearing Monday, Follis pleaded guilty to felony counts of civil disorder and possession of a firearm and ammunition by a convicted felon. Under conditions of her plea agreement, federal prosecutors will move to dismiss the most serious charge of her indictment, discharge of a firearm in relation to a felony crime of violence, and recommend no more than 7 years at sentencing, as well as no fine or restitution. From here, Hovland told Follis she will undergo a pre-sentence investigation with a federal probation officer in the weeks ahead. She could be sentenced as early as April or May. However, her attorneys will discuss a sentencing hearing date to be determined possibly in mid-May or June. Defense attorney Bruce Ellison said Follis' legal team will call a number of witnesses at sentencing, details of which are still an ongoing discussion, he told Hovland. Assistant U.S. Attorney Gary Delorme said he may call no more than one or two witnesses at sentencing, limiting her witnesses. Hovland said Follis' attorneys have advocated a sentence of 21 to 27 months, while federal prosecutors may recommend 46 to 57 months. Follis, who was held at the Burley Morton County Detention Center, also admitted to a pretrial release violation from last week in Fargo. Hovland said she was unaccounted for an entire day from the halfway house where she has resided since October. I hold the court in the highest regard, and I know by making a bad choice, I don't want to offer any excuses, but I hold the court in the highest regard, Follis said. It's hard being up here with no family or anyone to talk to. I apologize. She said her time on pretrial release has allowed her to a better life, from GED testing to diet and exercise to volunteerism. Hovland and Delorme both said that discussion with a halfway house staff member indicated Follis has been a model resident with exemplary behavior apart from her violation last week. Defense and prosecuting attorneys and the federal probation officer will soon submit responses on Follis' status and her sentencing. So she was arrested October 16. She's accused of firing a handgun at officers arresting her during a protest activity in Dakota Access Pipeline. Which I wonder if that actually happened. And even if, let's just say all of this stuff happened, right? That she did all of this stuff. How do you expect when you show up with militarized cops, people who are protesting drinkable water, right? I believe Bismarck is the city that they voted against having the pipeline come through there because they didn't want it to leak and contaminate their water. They're a mostly white community, but it was fine for this to go across a Native American reservation. It's, and this of course is just kind of standard, just reporting the facts. There's no opinion in here by this reporter at all. Just, they said this, they said that. No like journalism, no opinion piece, no nothing. No accusations of anybody else. And I don't buy it quite honestly. Just my personal opinion. I don't buy it. I wasn't there, but I just have a hard time. I don't trust the system. I don't trust the police. And I really don't trust the system when the police are paid for by an oil company. And this is allowed to let happen. And we just had the Keystone Pipeline leaked 5,000 barrels of oil a couple months ago. So I'm going to try and stay on top of this as best I can, but the mainstream media, of course, is not following this at all. You know, just the Bismarck Tribune. I'll try to get some alternative news sources to give us some more information on this, but this is all I have as of yet. So this is the update. She took a plea, which I can't, anyone that's like, she should fight. That's easy to say unless you're the one going to jail. So the difference between 21 or 46 months is a big deal. So she's looking at up to a little over 2 years in jail, or a little over 4 years in jail, 5 years in jail. So almost 4 or 5 years in jail. 46 to 57 months is what the federal prosecutors recommend. So we'll see. My guess is the corporate state will come down pretty hard on her to discourage anybody else from protesting pipelines for wanting drinkable water. This is what it looks like, you guys. This is a risk of protesting in this day and age. It's always been the case. And when we don't have a real democracy, this kind of stuff happens and will continue to happen. So, and they'll probably keep trying to put it through indigenous lands, because if this was a nice suburban white girl, I don't know if this would be happening. Right? Nice suburban white girl, but, Native American history of violence or whatever they're saying. So, I don't buy it. And again, even if all of this stuff that they're accusing her of is accurate, it's still bullshit, because why is these pipelines got to go away? So that's why I bought an electric car and why I pulled my IRA out of Wells Fargo. So